Hi, this is Mark Pilkington, author of Retail Therapy, Why the Retail Industry is Broken and What Can Be Done to Fix It. Today's podcast is called How the Store of the Future Can Save Retail Property Owners. The news is full of stores closing down as the high street crisis bites retailer after retailer. A shocking litany of household names have fallen into insolvency, including Toys R Us, New Look, Mothercare, House of Fraser, Debenhams and Arcadia. In their place, a new generation of digital brands is emerging with lower prices and better CRM systems. As traditional retailers melt away, property owners are also facing an unprecedented crisis. Their established model of raising long-term debt against locked-in rentals on 10 to 20-year leases is passing away as their incumbent retailer base dies off. They urgently need to engage the new digital brands in order to fill the space or face potential extinction. Now, the good news is that many digital brands are interested in experimenting with stores. As social media advertising costs have risen, they've come to see physical stores as a potentially cheaper customer recruitment channel. The only thing is that the traditional leasing process is not designed to appeal to them. In the physical era, it made sense for retailers to rent spaces for long periods. They needed to be in permanent locations so their customers knew where to find them in order to come for repeat visits. In this context, there was little problem spending several months and millions of pounds to build permanent stores and committing to long leases. The digital brands see the world very differently. They are used to separating in their minds the customer recruitment process from the ongoing repeat customer management process. The cost of online recruitment is high, and they tend to lose money on the initial order. However, the cost of remarketing is far lower, thus enabling them to make money back over the lifetime of their relationship with that customer. Because of the high cost of recruiting people, and depending on how much cash they have, they tend to proceed in marketing waves, spending to garner new customers, and then pausing to harvest repeat sales, rebuilding their cash coffers for the next push. When they look at physical stores, they see them as customer recruitment points, places to introduce their brand to new customers and sign them up to their web businesses. They do not see them as a way of servicing an ongoing relationship, since they hope to create repeat orders via their internet channel. Under these circumstances, it no longer makes sense for them to have permanent stores. Their permanent store is on the web. They would ideally want to run a marketing push in a certain location, harvesting all the potential recruits over a limited time period, after which they will probably have mined out their demographic in that location and would prefer therefore to move on to another location to repeat the process with another batch of potential clients. They're not going to want to waste money paying rent while they construct a traditional store, nor are they going to want to commit to long leases. They want something plug and play. Hence the pop-up store phenomenon, which is visible in almost every mall and high street in the country, and hence the rise of temporary leasing services like Appear Here. But the problem with pop-up stores is that they often look quite poor. Just a bunch of product dumped into the space without the branding benefits of a permanent store. If property owners really want to appeal to the massive digital brands, they then need to create what I call the store of the future. This will be a new type of space which harnesses technology to replace a lot of the things that used to be done by physical fit-outs, visual merchandising and product display. The walls and window displays of these spaces would be essentially made up of magic mirror screens. The digital company could then just arrive with its marketing clip, plug it in and have the store convert to their brand look at the flick of a switch. With the huge amount that can be done with virtual and augmented reality, this should open up a lot of exciting, immersive experiences to entice the consumer. The screen walls would need to be modular and movable to enable easy resizing of the store to meet different brands' needs. When it comes to product display, most digital brands are not going to want to incur the high cost of having traditional amounts of display and backup stock. The glorified warehouses of the past, with their high rental costs and large stock investments, are simply too expensive for them. They're going to want to have what I call lean stores, featuring carefully edited showroom collections for the customer to experience, but to supplement them with virtual product demonstrations on the digital screens, such as showing the customer wearing the clothing on their own bodies, trying the lipstick on their own lips, or seeing the furniture in their own living rooms. The digital brands are going to want dynamic pricing to be displayed on these screens, rather than having to indulge in time-consuming and inflexible physical price tagging. And they're going to need something to put their collections on, so property owners should offer generic but attractive floor fixturing on a rental basis. When it comes to the actual purchasing process, digital brands are going to want to incentivize the customer to sign up on their websites, place their orders there, and take delivery direct to their homes, rather than handing over their precious showroom collections. This, after all, is the whole purpose of the exercise, to capture the customer data and get the clients habituated to using the low-cost website rather than the high-cost store to place repeat orders in the future. Transacting via the website also has the side benefit of cutting out the need for store stock management systems and conventional tills, as the website effectively acts as the till. And there is no need for customer data integration across store and website, as everything is on the website database. Given that a lot of these brands are essentially run by technologists with little experience of store staff management, they may not be interested in hiring permanent teams and going to the bother of setting up processes like staff rotas or incentive schemes. It might therefore make sense to have the mall or a third-party company provide the staff. If they were to have teams of high-level personal shoppers, the brand would only need to give them some product training and they would be ready to go. Thus, digital brands would be able to set up high-quality physical stores very cheaply, very easily, and for whatever period they want. In summary, by creating this store of the future, property owners will be able to entice large numbers of digital brands into opening stores by dramatically reducing the cost of entry into the physical world, and thus harness the digital brand revolution to support their businesses. And think how exciting our malls and high streets would become with this constant diet of new and dynamic brands. It would be a lot more interesting than the old chain store sameness of the past. And this in turn should help to preserve our high streets as the thriving centres of our urban communities. Thank you for listening, and goodbye for the moment.